our gut bacteria favorite fuel source and food source is fiber. They ferment other things as well. So they can ferment both fiber, they can ferment protein as well. What happens when you eat some fiber? So right now, if we both had a fiber-rich meal, in several hours, that would reach the colon where there's the biggest concentration of of bacteria in our body. And in the colon, they feast on that fiber. We don't have human enzymes to break down fiber from plant foods, but our gut bacteria do. Our gut bacteria start to break down and ferment that fiber. That's a process known as saccharolytic fermentation.
Okay.
And in that process, they break down and eat that fiber and then produce as a byproduct things like short-chain fatty acids and other antioxidants, which are beneficial for us. So one of the most beneficial antioxidants is butyric acid or butyrate. And that nourishes the lining of our colon and reduces the risk of bowel cancer, amongst many other things, and stimulates GLP-1, which is, a wildly popular peptide now in semaglutide, Wegovy, etc. In addition to that, it also helps to increase the absorption of other things. So certain types of fiber can increase the absorption of magnesium, of calcium. These bacteria can produce vitamin B12, vitamin K, which as humans, we can't do in high amounts. So there's really an abundance of things that these bacteria do if you feed them fiber. And it's different fiber types as well. Like you were saying, you want a diversity of different plant points and plant foods. That is great because that feeds different bacteria as well. So if someone wasn't eating enough fiber, the simplest thing to do, I would never say start with 30. If you're eating used to eating 10 grams of fiber a day, going to 30 is going to put you off fiber. So start small with little things you can do, even if it means that you need to take a fiber supplement to just, start gentle. And very simple things, like for example, chia seeds are going viral on social media, right? There's a reason chia seeds are so good as a source. You can soak them in your pudding or your oats or whatever. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds give you 10 grams of fiber and 6 grams of protein.
Yeah, I love that. I actually have one called Zen basil seeds. Do you guys have this in the UK? So it's actually double the amount of fiber. It looks like a chia seed, but it's a great way that, I've been able to really uptick my fiber intake. So yeah, I'm excited. I think what we've done with protein, right? Like we've now tried to cram protein into everything. I just saw water with protein in it the other day. We need to be doing that with fiber.
Yeah, my take on that is yes to that, but also the problem I see in this industry. So there's a whole deluge of better for you snacks coming out that are fiber enriched.
Okay.
The problem is these companies think about the bottom line. They're thinking about profits and losses, right? So they're thinking, how can we get the cheapest possible fiber source in this food or snack so we can sell it? Like all these prebiotic fiber sodas, they use inulin, which is the cheapest fiber you can get, which causes the most bloating. So some of these snacks may have high fiber, but you also need to look at what type of fiber they're using.
Okay, well, what type of fibers do we want to?
So you need to ideally have a mix of fibers. So, having inulin is not bad. Like it's found in artichokes, it's found in onions and garlic. It's great. But it can cause bloating in people who've got sensitive guts. So most of these fiber products have inulin. It's not a bad thing, but you also need to look at other sources. Like, are they using natural fibers in their food products? Like, with your bagels, are they actually using real foods and seeds as their fiber source potentially? So just so you get a diversity and not relying on one thing. Like if you just ate that bagel.
Oh wait, it's for clarity, not a bagel. Zen basil seeds.
Oh, basil seeds. Sorry.
That's okay. I do not eat bagels.
Yeah. So, for example, if there was a snack that had chips enriched with these basil seeds, could that be useful? Yes, but then it's getting variety.
But I know I'm very much over here on the spectrum of what I deem to be healthy. I think that these chips infused with, it's still chips. At the end of the day,
Correct.
Chips are going to steal your health. Do not let chips steal your health. I used to everyone was like, why do you hate chips so much? Because I don't like foods Because every food I eat, I'm thinking about it from, of course, a macronutrient level, but a micronutrient level. Like I do these labs called micronutrient testing, right? So we know that a lot of foods are just completely void of micronutrients, and it's a complete disaster. So, I mean, yes, I agree that a lot of these brands are trying to, it's kind of like washing or whitewashing, right? To make people feel like they're doing something better, and maybe they are doing something better than eating a Cheeto or Dorito, but it's like, you can refine your palate. Like give your, 3 weeks and your taste buds turn over or something of that nature. So to me, like blueberries taste amazing. You know what I mean? Like you just get used to it. So, okay. So we want different types of, which makes a lot of sense. So what are some other, how do you rank this? Do you say food sources first? When do we come into the supplementation, and how do we find supplements that work best?
Yeah, I mean, I've changed my mind on supplements a whole lot over the years, and I've opened my mind that it's not just about deficiency states in which you will need supplements. It's a lot of things due to lifestyles, our food system, soil, providing low quality produce these days compared to hundreds of years ago. So there are a lot of issues, and I'm definitely open to supplements, and I take a ton myself as well. So, for example, we're talking about like fiber. Why would someone need to take a fiber supplement if they're eating 30 grams of fiber in their food? Well, if we look at some of these subsistence populations, so non-industrial populations living across the world, and one of the most popular is the Hadza tribe in Tanzania, there have been studies showing that these tribal members are eating over 100 grams of fiber a day.
Wow.
And have some of the lowest rates of chronic disease burdens worldwide.
Wow.
Lowest rates of chronic heart disease, heart attacks, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and they're eating 100 grams plus. So if you're eating 30 grams of fiber and you don't feel like eating more food and more calories to get another 10 or 20 grams, a supplement makes sense. Or you skip veggies, you're traveling. I'm traveling in the US at the moment. I've got a bag full of fiber powder because it's not easy to always find fiber-rich foods when I'm traveling and flying. So there are lots of use cases.